I really, really like watching movies.
What are you doing here?
I killed a hooker. She made a crack about me being faster than a speeding bullet, so I ripped her in half like a phone book.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Hunter, your local white boy with a green screen. I will have zero issue cutting myself out from this background. Rest assured. Over the weekend, I saw Superman Legacy, or just Superman. I don't know when they changed the title. I don't really care. Superman is an American superhero film, and it stars David Cornsweet as Superman, aka Clark Kent, aka Kal-El. Bet you thought I had notes in here. No, I genuinely couldn't remember the names of any of the actors in this movie outside of Nicholas Hoult. The main crux of the movie, outside of Lex Luthor being a big bald motherfucker, is whether or not Superman is justified in inserting himself in foreign conflicts. Should he interfere when lives are at stake? Or is he maybe overstepping his boundaries? I think that is an interesting question to ask with a character like Superman, a guy that can really do anything. Does this movie hit a little close to home considering current events? Yes, but I do not think I am equipped to bring most of that up, considering I am a gaming channel. Free Palestine, fuck you. Superman was great. I very much enjoyed it. I was kind of nervous going in. One, mostly because I've been burned by a lot of DC movies. Kinda. I haven't really watched a lot of DC stuff since the first Justice League. I never saw Zack Snyder's Justice League because I did not want to sit through another 3-hour-long fucking superhero movie. I don't care if they release it in black and white. HBO Max, aka Max, aka HBO Max again. I don't fucking care. I didn't really like Zack Snyder's other fucking movies. I didn't like Man of Steel or Batman v Superman. Really, I've been on kind of a lull with superhero movies in general. Outside of anything Spider-Man adjacent and Deadpool 3 maybe, I can't really think of too many off the top of my head that I've even seen. I've kind of just completely fallen off, so I just wanted a good Superman movie. And by that I mean, I guess I just wanted a good movie with Superman in it, because I'm not as knowledgeable with DC as I am with Marvel. I like Superman. I've always liked Superman. I've always thought the hate for him was kind of overrated and overblown. Like, oh, this guy can do anything. Oh, he's so boring. Fuck off. Those are the same guys that always say, like, oh, Batman can do anything with prep time, dude. That's the same thing. You're just adding homework for him to do. Like, about Superman, sorry about Batman. Put the Robert Pattinson Batman in the DCU James Gunn, or don't be a fucking coward. Also, in general, when it comes to James Gunn, I'll admit I haven't seen Guardians 3 or The Suicide Squad or Peacemaker. I'm starting to wonder if I've seen any movie or TV show, to be frank with you. His style of humor doesn't gel well with me, personally. He's very good at emotional high points and low points. He's very good at getting, like tugging at the heartstrings. But when it's a bridge coming from me. I do think sometimes he puts a little too much like crude humor in his movies, a lot of screw the audience jokes, a lot of like playing with expectations. I know it sounds like I'm just describing humor, but roll with me on this for a sec. It's not that I don't think he's a bad filmmaker, far from it. I actually love that he's one of like the only guys in like the big comic book superhero fucking zeitgeist that has like an actual voice and is allowed to make the stuff that he wants to make without that much interference. But what I was worried about was just Superman telling just dick jokes, or like just being like kind of sardonic, a little too sarcastic, and he wasn't. So I gotta commend James Gunn for that, because I know that took restraint. As a matter of fact, wait a minute, let me shake your hand, bro. When it comes to the cast, I thought everyone was fantastic. Cornsweet is a fantastic Superman. He's Clark. That guy, that's just him in real life. As a matter of fact, that's probably one of my biggest complaints against the movie, is that we see so much Superman, we see so much Kal-El, and obviously you want that in your Superman movie, You know, you want to see the guy in the suit be the guy in the suit. But we did not get nearly enough Clark Kent as I would have liked. Because I like the human side of Superman a lot. Because I like this all-powerful being, like, fitting in with the world around him. Because he was raised here, so he should know how to navigate everything, but, like, he's just trying to be extra careful. So I genuinely, whenever they make a sequel, I want more Clark Kent. I want more stuff with him at the Daily Planet. There's a lot of Daily Planet in this movie, but I want more stuff with him actually being there, being a reporter, just, you know, getting to the nitty-gritty of it, like showing more of him on the ground instead of in the sky. You know what I mean? Rachel Brosnahan as Lois. She's great in this too. I don't remember the name of the woman that played her in the Zack Snyder movies. I never minded her, but Rachel's a great Lois. Perfect amount of sarcasm, perfect amount of gumption. She has like a lot of agency, and I like the stuff that they had with her and Superman, because I like having them butt heads, because not so much that she has an opposing ideology to what Superman's doing, but the fact that her reporter instincts are making her like ask all these like super tough questions and like question everything he does, not because she doesn't trust him, but because like that's what you do if you're a reporter. You look for the truth, like no matter what, whether you agree with it or not. So I like that kind of conflict, because again, it humanizes Superman, which I think a lot of people have always had trouble doing, or not so much like people that write him, but like people who want to connect with him. Because like I said, a lot of people just think he's just, you know, some Boy Scout who doesn't have that much of an edge to him. Oh, he's just Jesus. He's just space Jesus, you know. Fuck you, Zack Snyder. God damn it. But having him just struggle with his girlfriend and just get into like these little petty arguments, I think that's great. I thought that was very, very nice. But both, you know, Corn Sweat, Rachel, like, oh, they're great and all. And I love Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He's just chewing the scenery the whole time. I love how much he hates this fucking guy. It's so great. We need more people that just hate one guy in movies. It's so nice. Thank you for having a nemesis in a superhero movie, so you can keep using him. Thank you, God. But fuck all of them. Let me tell you about Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced his name, but oh my fucking God, I loved Mr. Terrific in this movie. Number one, best superhero costume I've ever seen in a superhero movie. Yeah, he has all the friggin' paneling, the fucking MCU lines, but it fits with Mr. Terrific. Because of all the tech stuff that he has, it makes sense that like his costume looks a little busy, but my God, it's such a great translation of his illustrated outfit. It just looks so good, especially the jacket, dude. It looks so cool. I'm not gonna do any like specific story stuff, but there is one scene in the movie where he's controlling all of his T-spheres, like his little like robot balls, and to see through them, his eyes go white, like how his eyes look in the comics, and it looks so sick. I wish he looked like that all the time, but having that be like a practical use for his costume is just, oh, that's something I do love about James Gunn and like the people that he works with, because I can't give all the credit to him. Like, it's a superhero movie, so 10 million people work on these fucking things, but I do like how he always puts little things like that in stuff that he works on. There's a ton of like cool sets in this movie too, like when you get to the Hall of Justice and you see like a mural and it has the Justice Society on it, like you see Wildcat. Oh my god, dude, that made me so happy. I sound like such a little virgin right now. But it's that kind of stuff that makes me like your movie, man. You gotta roll with me on this. By the way, this video was sponsored by GamerSubs. Use code FUCKYOU to get 10% off of your guacamole gamer fart juice that tastes like bullshit. Fuck you, GamerSubs. You never got back to me for a partnership. Fucking nonsense, god damn it. I guess without beating around the bush, when it comes to the actual story of the movie, I do think it poses a lot of interesting questions within the universe, and really with Superman himself, because I do like the argument of like, should Superman insert himself into global conflicts? Will that cause an imbalance with like the natural order of things like in the world? And I know a lot of people have feelings about things that happen in this movie.
Hey, so I actually don't like this part of the video because I get a little too angry and ranty, so I'm just going to record this and put it in post so that way I can get my thoughts across a little bit better than I do here. So what I was going to be complaining about in this section of the video were all of the bad faith criticisms that have been going on with Superman since its release. A lot of talks about wokeness, white genocide, political correctness, all that fucking dumb shit that for some reason permeates modern movie discourse now because we live in a clown world and nothing makes sense anymore. While I can understand more of the critical talking points that this movie has had, I have read many complaints that the movie doesn't go far enough with what it's trying to say in more of a real world sense, especially with the conflict between Borevia and Jarhanpur in this movie. Because there is an obvious allegory between Israel and Palestine in the film, but it definitely only does it at a surface level. And that complaint I can understand it, but the outrage that this movie is either anti-Semitic or woke because Superman is saving a bunch of non-white people from I guess white people. I don't even know if every character in Borevia is white. I don't fucking remember. But I think they're engaging with that movie in bad faith. Because they're so hyper focused on that they don't actually talk about what's happening in the movie. Every time you see complaints about stuff being way too woke or political correct or any of that shit, they never actually talk about the movie itself. They don't talk about the plot, they don't talk about the acting, they don't do anything. They're just like, oh, the movie sucks, it's anti-white, it's anti-American, I don't remember anything else from the movie, but I'll say, this is bad, so everything about this movie is bad because I didn't like this one aspect of the film. They don't engage with film criticism in a real way. They just want to bitch, piss, and moan because the movie is trying to say something or try to criticize a real world element that is extremely unpopular or extremely divisive. And for some reason, people can't seem to wrap their heads around a movie like having a message or trying to say something that isn't trying to actively like belittle a group of people or belittle like a political belief or anything like that. They want everything to be black and white. So anyone who's only taking that surface level, like, oh, this is referencing a real life thing, wow, that's bad, that's woke, they are not engaging with the film, they are not engaging with criticism in good faith. They should not be listened to, and the people that do listen to them, they were not going to watch this movie anyways. This is something that they were already thinking. I know that someone is probably going to think that I'm getting overly political with what I'm saying, but I'm so fucking tired of people constantly saying stuff like this about every modern mainstream movie that gets released. Because these freaking guys that dominate the conversation in online spaces, I really should specify online spaces because a lot of people in the real world don't give a fucking shit about stuff like this. They dominate everything. And I'm so tired of it. It's been like this for like 3 or 4 years, and it's fucking stupid. Anyways, back to the normal video. Fuck these fucking guys that talk like this. If you think that way, fuck you. Get off of my channel. Don't watch my videos.
Now, is this going to make me go through James Gunn's other DC stuff? I don't want to watch the Suicide Squad. I really fucking don't. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care if it's funny, but it looks like the same movie as Guardians of the Galaxy to me. Creature Commandos also looks like Guardians of the Galaxy to me. I don't think he got over making Guardians of the Galaxy, man. Peacemaker I might watch. Peacemaker I might watch. I like John Cena. I like John Cena enough, even though he's a robot with no actual human emotion. Oh, like, one more thing I want to bring up. So, I remember during, like, the press junkets for this movie, and, like, him promoting it while, like, it was in development, he kept saying, like, oh, man, we're taking so much from All-Star Superman and Superman Birthright. It's so good, dude. And I can see Birthright. I like, outside of the color palette, I don't see Superman, like All-Star Superman. And let me say something about All-Star Superman real quick. All-Star Superman's fantastic. To the people that recommend that as a first, like, story for people who don't really know anything about Superman, that is the worst possible fucking comic that you could recommend to people. It's a great story. It's heartfelt. I cried while I was reading it, like, genuinely. But the thing about All-Star Superman is that it is insistent on callbacks. It is looking through all of Superman's history. And, like, dude, you can't drop, like, the Bizarro world onto someone that's never heard of it and they barely explain it, man. You can't just do that to a guy. Birthright, I would recommend, though, to a first-time reader. A lot of Superman stuff takes from Superman Birthright. They love their Mark Waid, man. They love their Mark Waid. Overall, Superman, pretty good. Pretty good. Well worth my time. It was kind of the movie I wanted it to be. And that's good. Not a high bar. I will say that if Fantastic Four First Steps is bad, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.